Hi, I'm just going to do a simple face tutorial today. Gotta get this little bit of fringe out of my way. And I live in a house with a 9-year-old and a 13-year-old girl, amongst my many other kids. I can never find a grip. I can always find a peg though. So I'm going to use the peg to hold that out my face. I'm not going to keep it there because it's not the look I'm going for. So I'm going to start with just some concealer. It always seems to be a bit of an argument as to whether concealer's supposed to go under the foundation, over the foundation. I've always done it under my foundation. I tend to only really wear it under my eyes anyway, so that's what I'm going to go with. But if you want to do it over your foundation, that's on you. I'm not really here to tell everyone what to do. It's just a bit of a mess about, really. Actually going to get my boyfriend to watch this tutorial because we're going to have a mess about with him doing my makeup. And he doesn't really watch me put my makeup on. It's my bit where I shut myself away in my room and do my own thing and leave him to deal with the kids, so it's not like he's sat in the room watching me get ready. So I think he'll need like a little video tutorial of what on earth to do, else I'll end up looking like a clown when he finishes, rather than the clown I look like halfway through doing my face. This goes really, really fast, so like I put the tiniest little blob on my hand and it still looks like it's all there. I never do just like right under my eyes in a little half circle. I did when I was younger. I think the more you learn about putting makeup on, little tips that you pick up, but I find doing this upside down triangle, I don't know, it just reflects your eyes back up a bit better. Works for me, so I go with it. Alright, next I'm going to go with foundation. If you're using this foundation, then do give it a good shake. Obviously if you're using a different foundation, then you just do what works for you, but this is much better when it's all shaken together. I'm going to get a couple of drops on there. My brushes need a bit of a wash. I'll do another video on how we clean the brushes, or how we get the 13-year-old to clean the brushes, because she's obsessive about doing hers, so I just kind of send mine in with her while she's doing them. Like I said, I've got lots of kids. Cleaning makeup brushes isn't something I particularly make my own time for. I've always had quite a lot of difficulty with foundations. Not so much with coverage. I found quite a few brands are brilliant for coverage. I suffer with dry skin, so that's for a start doesn't always work out the best. I've had plenty of brands where I just get covered and I look all cakey and nasty, and I don't like that look. I don't think anyone does. But I don't know if anyone else has had it. I get this really, really weird like burning sensation with some foundations on my skin. I've found, I don't know, the older I got, the more sensitive my skin was getting to just an all over cover, so I'd kind of stopped wearing it till I found this. Love this because it's very, very, like, it's natural based products. So I don't get any irritation from it. It doesn't make my skin worse underneath. Just going to leave that to set a little bit because it is a liquid to powder foundation, so it will dry matte. But I don't want to try putting anything else over the top of it while it's still a little bit wet. Does anyone else have trouble with eyebrows? I always had quite good eyebrows. Well, I always thought I had quite good eyebrows. I know. They seem to be getting thinner as I get older. More. I don't know, they're just weird. They just annoy me. Again, 13-year-old daughter. Her eyebrows are like the best. Ridiculous. I don't like to go too heavy. I think, obviously, my hair's blonde at the moment. I don't really want really, really dark eyebrows. Certainly no darker than they are naturally, but I need to fill this little gap here because it's like it's just, I don't know, running away from me. This brush is like my godsend, by the way. I do all of my eye makeup with it. But I can't do pencil liner or liquid liner to save my life. It doesn't matter how good the product is, I just end up leaving like a massive gap on my eye. So I found a little liner brush and a really good pigment shadow on my palette that I'll use when I get to doing that later. I'm not doing like some fancy schmancy going out for the night kind of makeup. I'm literally doing the basic of basic tutorial. I'm not really brave enough for my other half to do me like red lips and thick black eyeline and no, terrifying. Right. First up I'll go for some cheeks. I'll just use this pink. Really small amount as well because it's really strongly pigmented and we don't need ridiculous rosy cheeks, so just like a little bit. Cool, happy with that. And then I love a bit of bronzer. Love it to contour with. This one's brilliant. But I'm not going to go for like a sharp contour or anything. I'm just going to go just under here. Just to give a little bit of definition to the cheekbone. Blend that in a little bit better in a minute. It's weird, I never know what to do with the nose. I don't have a particularly wide nose, but I never know with the blusher, or the bronzer should I say. Am I supposed to go down it for the natural sun kiss, this is where the sun would hit look, or am I supposed to do something lighter to contour it and like narrow it up a little bit? I tend to do a little bit of both, but let's just go sun kiss today. If the other half's copying, we don't want to overcomplicate things, I'll end up with stupid stripes all over my face. Oh, the other exciting thing about my other half doing my makeup is the fact that he is actually colourblind. So, goodness knows what I'm going to end up looking like. That'll do. This is one of those things I could go forever with bronzer. I suppose it all depends what overall look you're going for, but like I said, we're going to go for natural. Do you like my peg? Oh, peg looks awesome. I forgot about that for a second there. Right, where should we go next? See, some people, they have all these like techniques and patterns, and I'll always do my eyes before my lips. I just do whatever. I think my house is just so busy, I don't really get a chance to properly think, oh, I'm going to do my makeup in this order today. I'm just kind of like, oh my god, I've got time to put my makeup on. Let's just do it. I don't really like my lip liner to just be an outline. I like to smudge it as like an underneath matte effect. Although most of the lipstick products that I do wear are quite long wearing, I just think it's a bit awkward if your lip liner's a bit better than your lipstick and then you wear off later in the day and you've just got this dark line around the outside of your lips. It can look a little bit odd. Go with pink. This is one of those colours I bought because I absolutely loved. Good reason to buy a colour. But it did not look right on me when my hair was dark. So hoping I can pull it off a little bit better now with the blonde hair. What do you reckon? That's such a pretty colour. Right, eyes. I didn't do a lot with my eyes during the day, but I suppose I better ought to do something. Right, where's my magic brush? Here it is. I'm going to go with Romantic, which is this one here. It's like a light shimmer. I'm not one of these like makeup artisty types who knows, like I used to literally just do this, just put a colour on the lid like that. That used to be pretty much as far as I'd go. Obviously sometimes different colour, sometimes something darker, sometimes something brighter, but that was my eyeshadow abilities. Get a little bit braver, but still by no means, I can't do any of this right up to the eyebrow stuff. If I do it, just end up looking a bit like a transvestite. Maybe I ought to watch more tutorials. Maybe I ought to boost my own confidence and things. Right, I'm going to go for this sparkly one here now. That's called Blissful. I'm just going to pop a little bit just on the outside edge of my eye and into there. So just so that that little darker bit comes in there. I haven't got any technical terms, by the way. I don't have like 50 million brushes. I can't hack 50 million brushes. I would never be able to remember what all of them are for. So we've just gone from the edge into the crease on both sides. Then you half pull some attractive faces when you're putting your makeup on. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this matte one called Cocky. That's just the dark brown there. Again, these are really, really highly pigmented, so I don't want too much going on. Just want a little bit in the crease. Little bit. Not too much. Always do this. So I need to like mask and tape my face up a little bit before I put my makeup on, just so I don't get it everywhere. Sod it. Right, I'm going to go for the classic. Fingers to smear everything out of the way. Then I'm just going to blend so they all sort of squish in nicely together. I like a sparkly eye. Do you ever find your face looks really, really funny when you've done like everything but your mascara and eyeliner? So it's like, oh, you've put all the effort in, but you just, I don't know. I think I look a bit weird when I haven't done my mascara and eyeliner. Talking of that, I should probably do it now. Wet brush is always a little bit easier. I'm just going to go for a black. See, I don't know if it's because it's a powder thing, but I just find that I don't get this really weird like gap between my lashes and my eyeliner if I use a pigment or a shadow. I end up poking myself in the eye. Do you know, my phone isn't the best mirror. But I didn't have anywhere I could put a mirror that would be not right in my way of doing everything. Let's just get that last bit there. Okay. Alright, I've only got another couple of minutes left on this. I've got to do some serious sorting out on my phone. I've just popped a little bit of gel on my eyebrows because they're still looking a little bit weak. And what I'm going to do is use one of my mirrors for this. And one of these people, do you know, If I'm in a room with someone, I hate putting my mascara on, can't stand having an audience for it. Technically there's no one in the room with me, but I can guarantee I'm still going to make some kind of mistake. Because I know it is going to be being watched at some point. Okay, so this mascara's normally got a two-step process, but for like daytime I don't tend to do my fibres. I find that the gel's just enough. Okay, I'm going to have to call this short, but there's a finished look. Really, really easy stuff, but my 2-year-old's just got up from his nap. I'm going to remove the peg, just so you can get to see a better finished look. I'm going to have to get the straighteners back out on that fringe now, because it looks a bit silly. But yeah, just a little bit of sparkly eyes and pink lips. Cool. And here he comes.